EBITDA. What is EBITDA? One of the most misunderstood terms for doctors and dentists in our country. And very simply, it's going to determine your long-term and short-term wealth as you get deeper into how this whole system works. Well, EBITDA, here we go. Earnings, that's your total revenue, before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. And when I mean total revenue, I mean that's your revenue related to profit, not your gross revenue. So let's break this down right here. If here is your total revenue, let's make it $1 million. Total revenue $1 million. And let's just say your entire overhead is 50% right here, okay? Now we need to add back what you, the doctor, or you, the provider, earn as almost an employee within that business. Let's call that 30% right here, okay? That leaves 20% left over. It is that 20% that is EBITDA. However, it goes a little deeper than that. It is the earnings, which is this 20% profit margin, if you will, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. That means that does not include the debt, so your debt does not negatively affect your EBITDA. And this is basically your real profit. Not in normal terms, right? Everyone talks about, here's my overhead, here's my profit, here's what I'm making annually. No. EBITDA is what private equity companies and larger organizations use to understand what their monthly and yearly cash flows are going to be once they bring in their own equity and their own debt. And so remember this, EBITDA times a certain multiplier is what is going to give you your value. Your total value as a provider, as an MSO, as a DSO, as an individual practice will be different at a 4x versus a 6x versus a 10x versus a 13x of your EBITDA or your group's EBITDA. Interestingly enough, do you know what the average multiple of EBITDA is for small practices or all practices conglomerated in America today? 4.25 multiple of EBITDA. That's with all practice sales, including individual kind of brokered practice sales. You know what the average multiple of EBITDA is for larger transactions, private equity backed in the DSO world? Over 13 times EBITDA. That is the arbitrage that you'll be learning over this series of videos.